Good morning to you, the lovely GIC viewers and listeners within and beyond the borders of the Republic of Namibia, and a very warm welcome to your Tuesday morning edition of the Information Sharing Session. As always, we are coming to you live from the Government Information Center studio, and that is with me, your host, Helene Philippus Hamunyela. Now for this morning's session, I am joined in the studio by an expert, if you ask me, from Onyx Business Solution, and he's here to shed more light on the National Mega Hackathon partnership, right, that they partnered with the Ministry of ICT. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you were following our discussion yesterday, we had the Minister of ICT, Honorable Emma Teofelis, in studio, and she was here for a tone-setting engagement to just set the tone of what the National Mega Hackathon 2025 really entails. And to that effect, I am now joined in the studio by Mr. Sean Fabian, and he is the General Manager at Onyx Business Solution. Mr. Fabian, good morning once again and welcome to the Government Information Center.
Good morning, Eleni. Thank you very much. It's a real honor for us to be here and to represent Onyx Business Solutions.
All right. Now, as per my introductory remarks, we are talking the National Mega Hackathon 2025 that is going to take place tomorrow at the Country Club and Resort. I just briefly want you to tell the nation, for the benefit of our viewers and listeners, a bit of a background of what your business institution does and how it relates to this National Mega Hackathon 2025.
Sure, of course. So Onyx Business Solutions is an enterprise infrastructure service company. We've been so for the last 25 years. We are also one of the Platinum HP partners with a strict focus on infrastructure. Mm-hmm. We've also just, in 2020, we started our cybersecurity leg because we saw there was a bit of a gap in the industry. Mm-hmm. So for the last 5 years, we've been also doing cybersecurity. We also started the first 24/7 SOC in Namibia. Mm-hmm. SOC is a security operations center. Okay. And we use this center to monitor the cyber traffic for many businesses within Namibia. Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay, now, Onyx plays quite a behind-the-scene yet critical role in Namibia's digital ecosystem by ensuring that our data stays local and secure. How important, or how does your involvement in this hackathon support this mission?
Yes, so first of all, let's talk about keeping data local. Right. So data sovereignty is something that is a buzzword around the world, mm-hmm. and Namibia is on its own journey as well for data protection. Mm-hmm. This means that data should not be traveling outside of the borders, especially for storing data. And where we play a role is to remind businesses to look at local infrastructure, to host their data locally and try to minimize as much export of our data. I mean, data is the new currency, right?
Right.
So from that aspect, we try to remind businesses, and especially the incubators, these guys that are starting out with their industry or with their ideas or with their solutions. Okay. Then from a secure perspective, when you develop a system, whether it's programming or whether it's application, that doesn't really matter. Mm-hmm. What happens a lot of times is that they focus on the user interface. So that the look and feel and how the business or how the application is supposed to actually be used, and they don't really focus on a secure by design standpoint. So what we like to do is we like to advise a lot of developers, programmers, applications, and system designers to make sure they stick to frameworks. I mean, the information security space has a lot of industry frameworks and standards that help keep your data secure, but from the coding level. So our involvement here is to try and remind businesses as well as the participants in the hackathon that when you do your design, start with a secure mindset.
Right. All right. Speaking of which, we are live on our social media platforms, and here is where I get to invite the viewers and listeners of the GIC to be part of this discussion by following this conversation on our social media platforms, where we are currently streaming this show live. And on Facebook, we are at Ministry of Information and Communications Technology, or alternatively, you can stream us live on our YouTube channel, and our handle there is MICT Namibia. I'm sure this is cross-cutting. We all want to keep our data safe and local, as earlier mentioned by Mr. Fabian. Be part of this discussion by adding your voice to this discussion and post your contributions on our social media platforms, where we are currently streaming this show live. Back to our discussion, Mr. Fabian. Events like Heckathon, right, in my opinion, focuses on building homegrown talents and solutions. Why is it important for Namibia as a nation to build its own internet and data infrastructure to support this innovation?
So I think, as we know, the need for data and the amounts of data, as well as the increasing cost thereof, is accelerating.
Right.
And Namibia, as a ICT space, needs to either try and play catch up, or we need to leapfrog other countries. But to do so, stable, secure, and reliable infrastructure is a necessity.
Right.
Without that, a lot of these great ideas, they don't come to fruition because they don't have that platform to leap or to propel them from, if that's the right word. And I believe a lot of the service providers in the country, Onyx included, we encourage these ideas because for all we know, we're sitting with the next Elon Musk.
Right.
And without hackathons and platforms like this,
we wouldn't
find these skills and these minds.
All right. Okay. So they need to come one, come all. Elon Musk's, the next Elon Musk's of Namibia, please come. Tomorrow is the date. Now, Mr. Fabian, around the world, cyber attacks are becoming increasingly more sophisticated, right? How does the strong Onyx presence in Namibia, in Namibia's cybersecurity sector, keep Namibia safe from these attacks?
So Onyx have partnerships with Snowd and Fortner.
Right.
These are not just industry leading, but also internationally award-winning cybersecurity businesses. This provides us with a lot of intelligence, cyber intelligence, that is being seen across the world. This also helps us as a business that monitors cybersecurity events across multiple industries 24/7 to be at that forefront.
Okay.
So we have exposure to a lot of information around cybersecurity incidences and events, and we can use that information to help guide the security posture of a lot of businesses.
All right. Now, this is a short briefing, as earlier mentioned, but I want to to shift gears to challenges that you've encountered as a business solution on cyber security attacks. What are some of the challenges that you've encountered thus far?
That's a very good question, and I think our key challenge is skill. So Onyx ourselves, we have actually developed through our internship and our graduation programs, we've developed quite a number of skills, and these skills have further gone into the industry, like the banking industry, as well as the government and other national institutions.
The fintechs.
The think tanks, and the skill set that we have at the moment is very, very young, number one. Number two, it's also very theoretical.
Right.
But in a real world, nothing happens in theory, right?
It's true,
and what a lot of times happens, there's this huge reliance on let the technology do the work, but there's a human element of how people use emotion and how we think that we're falling short.
Right.
As a community. But it's not just the Namibian community, it's an international community that is falling short.
Right.
And additional to that, there's this huge drive with AI development and other countries that have access to way faster internet and platforms that they can use. We are just that one step slightly behind. With Onyx, we try to make sure that we stay as abreast as possible,
right.
And also develop the skill, encourage the skill, and help collectively improve the nation's cybersecurity posture.
Right. All right. Now, looking ahead, how can partnerships like this hackathon, help foster greater collaborations between internet service providers and, of course, the end users, which is the consumers?
Yeah, so I think hackathons, we're bringing people from all over the country that have ideas,
Right.
but they don't have the platforms to launch these ideas. And with these type of hackathons, you're opening the floor and inviting not just from a student that's theoretical to a amateur or even to a professional. You're opening the door to everybody who has a great idea.
Right.
I mentioned the next Elon Musk, but I mean that's the reality.
Right.
How many times have you not heard of a skill that some gentleman or some lady or somebody did, and then they were snatched up to an international world-class business, and there goes that skill. Whereas with these hackathons and the collaboration of the ICT society as a whole, we can actually keep those skills here and leverage them for ourselves.
Right.
I think that's pivotal, and it also, if I think about it from a mentorship point of view,
Right.
you have the junior that can see the senior and sort of, I want to look like that, or I want my application to run like this, or I want my idea to run like that. And through these hackathons, I get that opportunity to rub shoulders,
them.
with the skill.
Right.
I think that's pivotal.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Fabian. Now, lastly, what is your message to the participants and the innovators that are gearing up to come and showcase their talents tomorrow?
I don't know about the participants. I myself am very excited to go and see what is happening. But to those guys that are out there, give it your best. There is no idea like a silly idea. Get it out there. If you've got questions, if you try, just that's all that we ask, right?
Yeah.
Yes, it's going to be a lot of pressure on them, but I mean, pressure shapes diamonds, right?
Right.
So I think just go out there, do your best, and I think also have fun, right? The IT industry is supposed to be a fun industry because it's so vast.
Yes.
I say that tongue in cheek, but yes, I think just go out there, have fun, and do your best.
Right. Mr. Fabian, thank you so much. From the GIC, would like to thank you so much, actually from the Ministry of ICT, for making this event possible for tomorrow, because it is through your sponsorship that we are able to have that event, the National Mega Hackathon 2025 tomorrow. Thank you so much, and thank you for your time to sit with us this morning to let us in on what your business, which is Onyx Business Solutions, does. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Lenny, for the opportunity. We are so honored to be part of this.
All right. Thank you so much, Namibia. That concludes our brief briefing here at the GIC. It was at the Mega Hackathon National Mega Hackathon 2025 series at the GIC. From myself, Helene Philippa Samunyela, and the GIC crew. Stay tuned for more series.